Happy Memorial Day to everyone out there, and welcome back to another CO Sports Talk episode. May is here. CO Sports Talk continues to up here. It's the last day of May, so almost happy summer, guys. Casey's already on his summer break. I just got a finals week to go, so we're almost there, everyone. Keep pushing. But today's episode, we will cover four topics. We got UEFA Champions League, NHL playoffs, MLB, and NBA playoffs as well. So let's get right into it.
Let's do it. Should be about 4 or 5 minute segments.
Yep.
All right. So as you can see here, this is the NHL playoffs. This is kind of the bracket. It started a couple weeks ago, and it's a little bit different than usual. Instead of the Eastern and Western Conference, there's four main conferences. So every conference is guaranteed someone in the Final Four, you'd say. And this year it's the North, South, East, and West, I believe. So starting off with the West here, we got Colorado and Vegas. They're playing in the Western Finals. Colorado, the Avalanche are really, really good this year. They beat the Blues and they swept them. And Minnesota lost in 7 to Vegas. So I actually like the Avalanche coming out of this. And this may be the Avs year.
It could be, yeah. I mean, notoriously a team that hasn't been that good in the Colorado Avalanche. Good to see the Coyotes winning as well. But the Vegas Knights who have been a lot better than the Avalanche, for the past couple of years. But it could be the Avs year for sure, like you said. And then down in the Canadian division, we have a really good series going on with the Maple Leafs and Canadiens. And as we record this, the Canadiens are up 2-0. So we will know who won this series by the time this is posted on YouTube.
Yeah, as you can see, like down below, the editor already knows who won. I assume it's actually going to be the Canadiens because right now it's not looking too good for the Maple Leafs, which is shocking. I mean, this was the year that Canada had a free pass into the Eastern Conference Championship. They could finally do it. It could be the first time in 25 years a Canadian team wins, and their best team looks like they may lose. It's only 7 minutes remain. So I actually hope Toronto can maybe make a comeback. But it looks like right now the Canadiens are going to make a huge upset. So huge for them, and they're going to go on to play the Jets, who crushed Connor McDavid, who's never won a playoff series, and the Winnipeg Jets beat the Edmonton Oilers.
Yeah, it's unfortunate for the best player in the NHL to never won a playoff series with Connor McDavid. But yeah, I mean, we could have two of the greatest young stars in the sport in Austin Matthews and Connor McDavid lose first round. So that'd be unfortunate for those Canadian teams.
Yeah. And then over up here in the East, we got New York, and the New York Islanders over on Long Island beat Pittsburgh and Sidney Crosby 4-2. This was a great series. And now they're playing Boston, who beat, I think, the best NHL player from Russia, Alex Ovechkin. But I mean, that is a tight battle. Boston beat the Capitals. So who do you like coming out of the East, Oliver?
I mean, I really think this Bruins team is strong this year. Haven't watched much of them, but I from what I've heard, this Bruins team is special. So I think, and they're up 1-0 already. So I think this Bruins team will clinch their way as the winner of this East section here.
Yep, the Islanders are up right now.
Okay, so they could tie it up 1-1, but I still like the Bruins in this. And then this would be Central, and we got 2 Florida teams, and Nashville Predators and Carolina Hurricanes. So, do you like the Lightning out of this?
No, I do not, and I'm just biased because I don't like the Lightning because they're the defending champs, I guess. But I like Carolina, and I hope they win because, they're kind of a poverty franchise themselves, so I kind of hope they can do it. They had a great series versus Nashville. I mean, that was an amazing game in overtime with Taylor Lewan really fired up the troops and got that Nashville Predators team going. Tennessee Titans offensive tackle, of course. So I hope the Hurricane can do it, though. So I like them coming out of it. So my Final Four would be the Hurricane, Winnipeg Jets, actually, Colorado Avalanche, and New York Islanders. And I like the Hurricane playing the Avalanche in the finals and the Avs winning it all. What do you have?
That'd be awesome for Colorado.
Yeah.
And yeah, I mean, I probably have the Avs. I think the Canadians continue their hot streak. The Lightning and the Bruins, and then the Bruins winning it all versus the Avalanche. All right, so that's what we got for our quick NHL section. New segment alert. That's the first time we talk about the National Hockey League. But we probably don't have many hockey viewers, but in case we do, that's for you.
Yep. And then shout out to Luke Scheibel, who requested a hockey segment, big hockey guy. And he will be our hockey insider, and he'll come on in future episodes to break down what's going on in the NHL.
Yeah, so look forward to him coming on the show. Shout out Luke Scheibel.
Saturday, the Champions League finished as Manchester City fell 1-0, losing to Chelsea as the Blues won the Champions League for the first time in a long time. And American Christian Pulisic brought home the Champions League, as you can see here. Pulisic, great for America and the sport, especially soccer here in the United States. So just an awesome day. But the Blues won us 1-0 versus Manchester City. Kai Havertz put it in the 42nd minute. Between the net, and it was a great win for Chelsea.
Yeah, an awesome moment for Chelsea to beat the Premier League champs in Manchester City, and awesome for Christian Pulisic, as you mentioned. Looking forward to see him play in the upcoming World Cup for Team USA. And yeah, as you mentioned, Kai Havertz goal in the 42nd minute, just a nice touch, get it around the goalkeeper, wide open net, finished it through. And one goal was all it took as Chelsea put up a clean sheet and won at 1-0. So good for Chelsea.
I wish Pulisic got the start, but I mean, still pretty awesome to see him do well. And he almost scored also, but he's had an amazing year, very good off the bench or when he starts, he's always efficient. So, a great year for him. And Chelsea. So there you have it. Chelsea wins at 1-0, wins the Champions League. Manchester City almost won both. They won the Premier League. They've struggled a little bit in Champions League. This was the farthest they made it in a while, but they ultimately didn't win it. Sucks for Kun Agüero as it was his last game as a City player, but at least he went off with the Premier League championship. So there you have it. All right. And not to mention that Kevin De Bruyne actually got hurt, so that is not good for Belgium in the Euros, but hopefully they can rebound. But yeah, now moving on to some NBA talk, NBA playoffs.
Yep. So the NBA playoffs, first round is in full swing. We only had one series conclude so far, and that was Miami-Milwaukee, a series that many people had going both ways. I believe Casey had Miami winning this one, but Milwaukee wins in a sweep, and the Bubble Guppies fall first round. So feels bad for Miami as they just made the NBA Finals last year, and they fall first round in a sweep. Milwaukee just completely dominated, and Miami didn't look like themselves. Jimmy Butler did not play well. Bam Adebayo did not play well. The whole team just didn't play well. And players like Bryn Forbes for Milwaukee just stepped up, and it was a whole team effort, and they beat this Miami team. So after this sweep of Miami, do you think the Bucks can go far? Do you think they can possibly challenge the Nets even?
Yeah, I do. I think this Bucks team is very complete. However, they do have a tendency to choke in the playoffs a little bit, so we'll see if they can stay strong first round. But I think this Bucks team is solid. I mean, they really did perform, and as you said, it wasn't just Giannis. I mean, Middleton was amazing, and then other people stepped up for this team, such as Pat Connaughton. So, I mean, I like this Bucks team a lot. But frankly, the Heat were terrible. I mean, Andre Iguodala is missing out on his first NBA final since 2014 now, so that's crazy, 7 years. But just shocking how bad the Heat were. But I do think they can compete with the Nets, the Bucks.
I do. I agree. I think they definitely could give the Bucks a run for their money. As Brooklyn is up 3-1 versus Boston right now, and if they win that fourth game, they would play in the second round. So that'd be an awesome matchup to see. And then for the rest of the East, Philly is up on Washington 3-0, looking to complete the sweep later on today in Game 4. And then New York and Atlanta. Atlanta's leading 3-1, so that game is on Wednesday, Game 5 of that series. So Knicks playing for their spot in the playoffs right now. They cannot lose this game, or else they are eliminated. So do you think Knicks can make this comeback, or do you think Atlanta's got this one in the bag but they're going back to New York? So what do you think about this one?
I do think that New York will win Game 5, but I think Atlanta's winning Game 6. I mean, they've just been a more complete game this series ultimately. I mean, Trae Young's been amazing. It's been an awesome rivalry. I just love how passionate the Knicks fans have been. They've been great. And as you said, it's going back to Atlanta. They won both in Atlanta. So I know for a fact that if they go to 6, Atlanta's going to win there because they're the more complete team, as I said. So I like Atlanta winning this in 6. I mean, also,
Mhm.
Not to mention how terrible Julius Randle has been. I mean, not stepping up to the occasion. Derrick Rose, the one with experience, has been their best player.
Yeah, Derrick Rose has definitely been their best player. Uh, Julius Randle just not looking like himself, and maybe it's the pressure of being the next best player in the playoffs, or just maybe just they Atlanta figured him out. I'm not really sure, but they're going back to the Garden to see if they can stay alive for Game 5. But Atlanta looking to close them out and to ultimately play looking like the Sixers, unless Washington can pull off a reverse sweep. But the Sixers in the next round. And then moving over to the West, Utah leads Memphis 2-1 right now. Memphis is putting up a good fight in every game, though. This is proving to be a great 1-8 series. And Memphis, they play hard-nosed basketball. They play hard. They got a lot of young players there, but they look like they're going to be here for years to come. By the way, they're playing Utah. Do you agree?
Yeah, I mean, this Memphis team has been very solid. They won game one, which was pretty surprising at the time, but Utah has won both since. They are playing tonight, as you said, 6:30. So hopefully they can win that to make this claim close, but we will see. I think that the Jazz will end up winning this series, though, probably in 6. I think the Grizzlies will get one more.
Yeah, I can see that. And then Dallas went up 2-0 on the Clippers, but the Clippers have won both in Dallas. So they both win 2 on the away court. And we can see if that theme will continue. And if it does, that means Dallas would win in 7. But who do you got in this series now that's tied 2-2?
I like Dallas because the game's in LA more, and the away team seems to always be winning. So I like the Clippers to win this 4-3. But I mean, truly, I think the Mavericks team is better. I think Doncic is more clutch than anyone on the Clippers. I'll say this all forever. This will not be my last time saying this or my first time. That Kawhi Leonard is overrated. He cannot carry a team. It's not clutch. Just frankly, isn't very good. I mean, Pascal Siakam, so nobody carried him to beat the Warriors 2019. So I don't think Kawhi Leonard is very good. And I think Doncic is better. I think Porzingis is maybe even better. And I mean, I think that Penny Hardaway Jr.'s son, Tim Hardaway, is better. So Tim Hardaway. So yeah, I mean, I think this Mavs team is a solid team. Clippers are not good. I think Mavs will easily win the series.
I mean, Tim Hardaway Jr. is Tim Hardaway's son, but uh, I mean, that's just a ridiculous take. I'm not even going to entertain that. But yeah, we'll just move on from that because I can't believe you just said that. And then, so we have 2 more series tied at 2-2 series, and we got Denver, Portland. This is 2-2. They play tomorrow or Tuesday, and then Game 5 of Phoenix and LA is also tomorrow on Tuesday. So who do you got in these respective series? Denver, Portland, and Phoenix, LA.
Well, Denver and Portland, they've been alternating games this entire time. But I'll say, I mean, I like my winner pick, Portland, to win this up. I mean, I love this Trailblazers team, and I think that they could do it. I think they're more complete, as I mentioned last week. No Jamal Murray, Jokic is alone. So I think that McCollum and Lillard will lead Trailblazers to win in either 6, maybe 7. And then for the other one, I like the Suns to keep it out. I mean, it was a very clutch win that they had in LA the other days to make it 2-2. So tomorrow's a must win for them. And I like them to win in 6 or 7. I like the Suns team, not giving up on them. They won game 1, they won game 4. Just need 2 more.
Yeah, I mean, the teams split in both their home arenas, so this is looking to be a great series. It looks like location does not matter to either of these teams. And these Phoenix fans are showing up, though. In the first 2 games, they're really loud, looking more passionate than the Staples Center fans. So that's awesome for Phoenix. I mean, I'd be really happy to see my team in the playoffs after not being in them for so long. So yeah, this NBA playoffs is looking to be a good one. We already had some great series so far, and I'm looking to see how this one shapes up. But
Yeah.
that's
And although 76ers Washington is 3-0, it is 101, 108 to 108 right now, 2 minutes left. So we will put down below who wins that game and if the 76ers swept or if Washington put it to game 5.
yeah, we'll see because that's going to be a good finish to that one. And so, yeah, that's what we got for NBA. Let's just move on to our last segment, which would be MLB. So right now, we're just going to take a look at the MLB standings so far this year and kind of just recap it, some surprises, some, some disappointments, stuff like that. So we'll just go division by division and just call out what we see. And so let's start with the AL. And the AL East at the top of your screen here it's shaping out to be the Rays, Red Sox, Yankees, Blue Jays, Orioles, but the top 4 teams all have winning records and is looking to be the second best, if not the best division in baseball as a whole this season so far. So what are your thoughts on the AL East and how it's shaping up? I mean, the Yankees are in third right now. They just were swept by the Detroit Tigers. So lots of stuff going on. The Red Sox started hot, and they're kind of the Rays are even hotter right now. So it's kind of just a wild division so far.
Yeah, the Yankees about a week ago were like a team that were on the come up in first place, and we all kind of thought like, okay, the Yankees are about to take over. They're going to get first in this division. Bye bye Red Sox. And I mean, it's kind of similar to how the Dodgers were actually a week ago. But the Yankees got swept by the Tigers, as you just said, 4-6 in their last 10, and the Rays are hot. I mean, so 9-1 in their last 10. They passed the Red Sox, who were the best team in baseball for a while. I knew they were frauds, by the way, but the Rays now are in first, back to 2020. And Yankees are in third. So I actually personally think the Yankees will get a wild card still. I mean, this is the best division in the AL, I believe. So I'm not too worried about any of those 3 teams. Blue Jays, I don't believe are going to make it, sadly. I know they do have some guys like Joe Panic that are just crushing it for them, but longtime Giant, shout out to him. But so yeah, those are my takes on the AL East.
I mean, but I just feel, if you're looking at the last 10 and you just look at the Orioles, it's 0-10. It's kind of sad. But the Red Sox are finishing in
Last 12 of the D-backs before yesterday.
Yeah, dude. I mean, the D-backs and the Orioles are going outside right now. But the Red Sox are finishing fourth in this division, whether you like it or not. It's going to go Rays, Yankees, and Blue Jays. Red Sox,
Wow.
and Orioles, in my opinion.
Yeah, I don't think they're that good. They don't.
I mean, they just don't have the pitching to sustain a good record. Their hitting's good, but they don't have the pitching staff. All right, AL Central. The White Sox are kind of pulling away with this one. The Indians are looking good, but their offense is just so abysmal. They've already been no hit twice this year. But that pitching staff with Aaron Savali, Shane Bieber, of course, Zach Plesac, Tristan McKenzie, and that bullpen led by James Karinchak. I mean, it's just a wicked pitching staff and bullpen they have there. But the bats aren't getting it done, and that's a reason why they're being held back. Only 5 games above 500, but still a good record nonetheless. And the Tigers, I mean, just like the Yankees, as I said, but they're still 10 games back from 500 and 11 games back from first place. So AL Central kind of looking kind of mid so far. But do you think the White Sox are kind of just going to run away with this thing soon?
Yeah, and before we say anything, let's roll a clip of you saying that the Minnesota Twins are going to win this division, and me saying that the White Sox are going to win this division.
I think the Twins will win it, but I think it's going to be close. It depends how their vets play. Like Nelson Cruz, if he keeps playing like he does, they always have a chance to be good.
I think the White Sox are actually going to win this division. So this is where our first disagreement on first. Casey has the White Sox, and Oliver has the Twins winning.
Hey.
So you saw the clip. I mean, that is a joke. I knew the whole time the White Sox would win this division. The Yerminator, for God's sakes. I mean, this White Sox team is.
I didn't know the Yerminator would come out of nowhere, and no one expected the Twins to be so bad. I mean, they still could be good. They could be like the Nationals from 2019. I saw that, and I saw that take on Draft Nick Mark's video, but probably not gonna happen.
And then the Indians, as you said, they're just weird. They don't hit. I mean, they're really down bad. They've been no hit like 4 times, as you said. So, yeah, it's weird. But pitching wise, they've been great, as you said. They got McKenzie of Tristan on the helm. He was awesome today. Yeah,
McKenzie of Tristan to go. And we got Casey Hornbeek. He's in AAA right now, but he's gonna
make the team. But yeah.
I mean, yeah, he made the team. He balled out in spring training. He'll be on that staff soon in Road to the Show and on Show 21. So let's move on to the AL West, the last division in this American League. And so the A's have first place by half a game over the Astros. And then it's the Mariners, the Angels, and the Rangers. And the Angels and Rangers both playing pretty bad right now. But I mean, this whole division is kind of slumping right now. I mean, just look at the last 10, 4-6, 4-6. The Mariners are playing pretty well right now, 5-5 and 3-7. So the AL West looking like one of the worst divisions. I mean, they're looking like
quite an odd division. I mean, they're all actually somewhat close, so that makes it interesting. But the A's are good. You know, I got to see them play Friday in person, and I thought they were really good. Pitching wise, Minea of Sean shoved, and they had some nice guys that were just clutch at the right times and good bullpen. Astros, I don't trust at all. I mean, they're they're just very inconsistent. Mariners are very young. I don't think they're gonna make the playoffs. And the Angels, I've seen them play 2 of the last 4 days in person, and they are very weird. I mean, they just have so many nobodies, like Ben Boone or whoever that is, and then they just got guys that can hit like Jared Walsh, Rendon. I mess with those guys a bit, but then they are just wasting Shohei and Trout's prime. But I mean, this Angels team is odd. But 5-5, they're very up and down.
Yeah, they're just kind of meh. I mean, they're pretty down bad without Trout. He really propels his team to victory most days. So the Giants probably could sweep him here, and that'd be great for the Giants. But let's move on to the National League. NL East. I hate this division so much, and so does Casey. Only one team above 500. It's just a Mickey Mouse division. Braves are second with the losing record. I mean, it just really frustrates me. But yeah, what are your thoughts on the NL East? Feel free to rant.
What frustrates me the most about this shit show of a division is that the winner of this division will get a higher spot and will play the winner of Dodgers Padres, Giants Padres, or Padres Giants in the playoffs. They're going to get a home field advantage. It just makes no sense to me, and it pisses me off a lot. I mean, the Mets are going to win this division or the Braves, one of those two. I don't think the Phillies, Marlins, or Nats will. So one of those two will win this division, and they're going to play the winner of the wild card game, which will be the three teams in the NL West are going to make the playoffs. So stupid to me. I mean, whatever. I kind of wish it was like the NBA sometimes, but I think the Mets are the best team in this division. Well, because the Braves just don't have pitching. I don't think. I mean, Soroka will come back soon, but still. So I think the Mets will win this division, but they're going to lose first round to either the Padres, Dodgers, or Giants, whoever they play, whoever wins that wild card.
Yeah, it's just really annoying. But yeah, the Mets are definitely looking like the best team there. They're have a lot of players in IL, and they're still playing pretty good baseball. So respect. And then the Cubs have been playing really well as of late. They didn't start off too great. They're hitting especially, but now they are tied with the Cardinals for first place. Both the Cubs and Cardinals are playing National League West teams right now, with the Cubs playing the Dodgers, Cubs playing the Padres, and the Cardinals playing the Dodgers. So we'll see how they're both playing really good teams. So let's see how that goes. And then the Brewers, who are also about 500, and the Reds and the Pirates. So a pretty good division so far. None of these teams are like insane, but they're all have pretty good records besides the bottom two. But let's just move on and let's talk more about what we think is the best division in baseball, with 3 powerhouse teams so far, 3 of the best records in baseball, with the Giants tied for the most wins in the league with 34, with the Padres, who are half a game back. And then the Dodgers are 2.5 games back now, as the Giants just won 3 in a row versus them. So yeah. So how do you think this is going to shape out? I mean, it could go Dodgers 1, it could go Giants 1, it could go Padres 1. They keep flip flopping, but this is kind of a crazy division so far. So how do you think it's going to go?
I mean, it's going to be tough to say right now, but I mean, I love it. We only show the standings here when the Giants are in first. You know, we're back in first next to the Cubs today, so shout out to the Cubs. But yeah, I mean, it's can go anyway. Really, the Dodgers are really strong. I think they are the most complete team. But man, I just can't count on my Giants. We know how to win. I think we will at least get second. It would be awesome to host the wild card game. I mean, both the wild card games we had, in 2016 and 2014, where we won, were on the road. So it'd be awesome to host one ourselves. But I mean, once again, I think it's gonna be tight. I do think if I had to say someone, I would say the Dodgers. And even if the Padres get second, I still think we can win out of that wild card. But I mean, I do think all 3 teams will make the playoffs. And talking about the Giants, I mean, they've just been great all around. They're really hot right now. Evan Longoria is hot. Cueto shoved today. I was there, 7 innings pitched. He was awesome. And Dubon went yards. That's awesome to see. Nice young guy doing his thing. But for the Padres, I mean, they lost to the Cubs. Tatis will go yard. He'll hit a solo shot, and he'll think he's all this and that in a bag of chips because he hit 1 solo shot. But I mean, nice, dude. You hit a solo shot. You're not all this and that in a bag of chips. I mean, they lost.
Yeah, I mean, very flashy team, but they got to get the job done on the field too. I mean, they are. They're 13 games above 500. All 3 of these teams are 6-4 in the last 10. The Padres and Dodgers are really hot for a good while, but they're cooling down now, and the Giants are heating up. They won their last 4 games. So this is exciting. I mean, it's going great. And then Diamondbacks looking like the joke of the division, along with the Rockies, both 20-34 and 19-35 respectively. So they look like they're already out of the race of this division so far. So it's a 3-headed monster, and we'll see how it shapes up. I'm really excited. And Go Giants, and I hope the Padres and Dodgers keep losing.
All right. Thank you, everyone, for watching this amazing episode. We covered 4 different sports today because we like that. Covered the 4 main sports in the USA besides football. Don't worry, that will be back soon. Can't wait. But yeah, we got a lot of stuff coming up. 50 subscribers away from our trivia contest. It's going to be awesome. Maybe even in person, COVID's pretty much done around here where we live and restrictions done. So we can do that. But we just been on Zoom because it's a lot easier. You can just do it whenever you want. But so yeah, stay tuned for that. A lot of stuff's going on. Champions League, not Champions League, the Euros this summer. That's going to be awesome. So yeah, get ready. We're excited. Shout out to everyone new that subscribed this week. Shout out to Hunter Aronson, subscribed this week. Jonathan Macris, all of them.
Yeah, Hunter kept asking me for a shout out. So Hunter, here you go. Shout out to you. And shout out, who else subscribed?
Johnny Macris and Trent Milanauskas.
Hey, shout out Trent. We call you a lot in case he's phone, but you always answer it, so I respect you.
And then shout out to Call of Voska for getting a new car, a new Audi stick shift. And
it had some technical
parents for buying that, very spoiled, but yeah.
It had some technical issues, but Call got it all fixed up as the handyman that he is and the car nerd that he is. But good job getting your new car and driving it. It's pretty loud, but
yep.
So Call of as your cringy reference, everyone. All right, so we will see you guys next week. Peace.
Peace.